And I'm back. Okay, cool. Gonna move the camera back out of the way so I can't look at myself talk all the time. Sorry, I just think it's really interesting to watch myself speak. Okay. So yeah, I was at the trains. So I had an hour and a half to kill. So, I did so inside one of those little, it was like a little cafe area, and they had tables and couches, and they had a little shop where you could go in and get things. And there was this couple that had an Asian child. She was Indian, I think, and he was Asian, and they had a child. They did not rein in their kid. Like, oh my god, this kid ran around screaming at everything, and I mean screaming, high-pitched shrieks that bounced everywhere because it was all obviously like tile, and we're in a train station, there isn't carpeting. So, oh my god, I was so irritated. They finally left, and I wandered over to the shop, and I got a really greasy, but I mean, I hadn't eaten. I ate a muffin and I had a coffee before I got on the plane to Atlanta. At Atlanta, I was feeling kind of sick because I was making myself sick because I was nervous. So I had a I went to McDonald's and I just got two plain cheeseburgers and I just ate them very slowly. And then I did not have dinner on the plane. I brought a sandwich on and I made myself eat it before I tried to sleep. Um, they served continental breakfast on the plane, which was just like an English muffin and a banana and a little cup of orange juice. So I got myself a greasy panini and I got two Cokes. And the guy behind the counter looked at me funny because I just two Cokes. The bottles are really different here. Like, they're skinnier. Like, here's my Sprite bottle. It's a lot skinnier than the States. The Fanta bottles are really cool, but they're a lot skinnier. And I was like, I need caffeine. Thunk, thunk. And coffee was just not a good idea because it was really acidic. Um, and I just know that if I sipped that soda slowly throughout the day, I'd be okay. So, he just looks at me kind of funny as I thunk two Cokes down, and I'm like, I just wanted to be like, I'm American and I'm fucking parched. Please don't judge me. But I paid for my first thing in UK dollars, pounds, 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 pounds. They're called pounds. I know they're called pounds. But UK monies, I like it, although the change is really, really confusing. I'll get to that in a minute. Um, I pretty much went through massive culture shock as I waited there for the train. I realized I felt really lonely just because I was by myself in a foreign country, and it would take me hours to get to somebody that I knew. So I was really lonely and like culture shocked there for a while. Um, the train finally arrived. I struggled to get on just because of all my bags. And the luggage racks, everyone had already filled them up. So I had to fumble my way to a seat and nobody helped me. Um, excuse me. They all just stared at me like they were really annoyed with me, like bumbling around with a giant suitcase, a smaller suitcase, and a laptop bag which bounced off everything. Like, I felt really, really bad, but like no one would help me. I was really upset. So, um, and then I started doing this live blogging, catching up on my thoughts because I needed to stay awake because I had to get on 4 different trains to get to Norwich. Um, that was the longest leg of the trip. Um, I was really nervous about catching my supporting trains, but um, so that's all the notes that I have from that live travel blog because after that I stopped. So I'm gonna pull something over my face. There we go. Um, but so I went from Manchester to Doncaster, and then Doncaster to Peterborough, then Peterborough to Ely, and then Ely to Norwich. So I was train hopping a lot, and I got to the point where I would get on the train, I wouldn't even bother with trying to find a seat. I would just park my luggage by the doors and sit on it. It actually kept me more awake that way. the final leg from Ely to Norwich, I was just like passing out. I was like, because I actually got in a seat, and that was a mistake. I was just falling asleep. So after a while, I just went up and sat on my luggage again because it kept me awake. And I got to see the English countryside, and oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Like the sound that I made when I first saw like the huge, massive rolling hills. Like, oh my gosh, the country here is beautiful. Like in the U.S., I feel like it's very carefully spaced, as if we're trying to say, look, we have space. Look at all the space that we have. England, it seems very natural. They don't, from what I've seen, they don't really disturb the wilds in the hills are the wilds in the hills. A lot of them, they didn't try to really build on them. They just built railways through them so you can get around, obviously, and there's obviously roads and stuff. And there was a lot that I didn't see, but from what I saw, it just felt very natural to me. And it was green, just luscious and green, and these biggest hills I have ever seen in my life. Just massive, but they rolled gently, and oh my gosh, it was just beautiful. England has a lot of sheep. I'm used to the U.S. where you see a lot of cows. England has a lot of sheep. Um, and the architecture. I love the architecture here. It's very simple, but it's very like elegant in its way. Like it looks sturdy and it looks like it can keep for a long time, and it's really cute. Like I really like it. Um, I just love the architecture here. And then I've seen a couple of churches, and I saw a couple of castles like in the very distance. So beautiful. This place is just it. I love it. It's amazing. But yeah, I finally got to Norwich. I gave Fuzz a hug. That was the first order of business. I gave her a hug. We took a cab back to campus. I got my air mattress blown up. I took a shower. I needed a shower. I was just gross from traveling. Then we went out to dinner at this delicious place called Nando's. If you're ever in the UK and you come across Nando's, go there. Like I don't like chicken. This was delicious. Um, I had a wrap, um, and then we went out to the pub because I'm legally able to drink here. So she bought me a beer, and it was really nice. And I think we're gonna go out to the pub again tonight. I'm really excited to be here where it's legal for me to drink. I'm sorry. Um, as for like what I have planned for the rest of the week, I'd like to go into London. I'd really like to see London. It's a bit of a doozy of a train ride, but I mean, I am going to visit my friend Susanna, so that's even farther away. But I would like to go. I just don't really want to go by myself. I'm kind of tired of being by myself. So, Fuzz is in class right now. So I'm just chilling in her dorm room. Once again, I'm trying to be quiet because the walls here are pretty thin. So, and everyone in the UK is just generally quieter. And I feel like, once again, I feel very self conscious because I'm a naturally loud person, even as an American. So, even then, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. That, and I'm awkward until like I feel like I know what I'm doing. The more time I spend here, the more comfortable I'll get. I'm also just very quiet. Like I'm quieter than I usually am. Like I just don't talk unless I'm talking to Fuzz, just because I'm actually really self-conscious about my accent. Um, it's a really interesting experience. And I am definitely like I'm gonna come back here. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. So yeah, we went out to the pub, and then I just crashed. I only had one beer. We got back and we talked for a little while, and I got online for a little bit. She has an Ethernet cord, and I brought one, but it doesn't work. And it's not like it's not compatible, it's just the cord itself is just busted. So I'm hoping to get into town at some point and get an Ethernet cord, because the shops here close around 5:30 or so. So, and Fuzz usually gets out of class around 5, so we have to do like all of our errands and stuff in the morning. And this morning was, I slept 12 hours, and I slept great, and I could have slept longer, but I wanted to go out. And Fuzz had errands to do, so she woke me up, and I got dressed, and that's why my hair isn't straight, that's why it's all curly. Um, I got dressed, we She went to go take care of a couple of things that she had to do. We stayed on campus the entire time, by the way. It's so cool. Like, it has almost 3 levels to it. There's street level, and this is all outside. There's street level, and then there are these walkways. And then at one point, there's like a level in between the two where there's just, it's almost like a little town in there. They have like a laundromat, they have a grocery store, they have a bookstore, and this isn't just like school books, it's books. Like, honest to God, books. I picked up a novel that Fuzz recommended. She said it was really good. The cover art for it is beautiful. It's called Night Circus. I haven't started reading it yet, but like, the cover art is unique to the region, and it's gorgeous. And um, Fuzz usually, like, she recommends books that I like, so, or that I find myself enjoying, so I picked it up. Um, and then I picked up an anthology of short stories from F. Scott Fitzgerald because he's one of my favorite authors. He's my favorite American author by far. Um, so, uh, yeah, I go to England to buy books, but, like, she was just sort of showing me around. There was a poster sale, but I resisted because I knew I couldn't take any home. Um, but yeah, like, it was just, it was really cool. There was a town, like a little itty bitty town, like, built into the campus, and then we had lunch, and I found that I do not like Dijon mustard, but because the sandwich I ordered had Dijon mustard on it, and it was all pre-made, so they just pulled it out and gave it to you. Do not like Dijon mustard. I found that out. Like, I was just like, nah, nah. Like, it was good to a point, and then I started tasting it too much, and then it got really spicy. So, but I got that, and I got a smoothie, and oh my god, the smoothies here are so good. This is what smoothies should taste like. They had all the fruit off to the sides. They would cut it up like it's fresh. It's as fresh as you can get. Um, and they have a lot of different places to eat on campus. They have like 2 or 3 cafeterias, and they have a pub, and that's where we were in, like, the, like, when it gets later, what doubles as the pub. And it was really neat. Like, obviously there were all the little tables, but they had like circular booths set back into the wall that looked really comfy, and they were playing good music. Like, we heard High Voltage by Electric Six, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I love this song, and the band is from my hometown, so so I was really happy. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. So but yeah, I have plans to see Susanna later this week. I'm gonna spend the night at her house, and I'm really excited to see her. And other than that, I don't know. Fuzz and I are just gonna hang out. We're gonna go to the pub. I mean, she still has class, and I'm tired of being by myself, and I'm honestly, like, I'm really shy about traveling alone. So, but really quick, the cash is really interesting here. Ah, like, they don't have dollar bills. Like, this is a pound. This is a pound. Um, this is 50 pence because it's divided into pounds and then cents or pences. So this is 50 pence. 1 penny. One of the weirdest coins I've ever seen. 2 pennies. Like, I don't know. I just think the penny is generally useless. So, let's see. This is 20 pence. Uh, that's 50. I already touched on that one. And this is 10 pence. I'm still trying to figure out how the money works, and like which is what. And then, like, there's the pound notes, obviously. But yeah, they don't. The only, when you start to get the bills is with 5 pounds and up. So that's just really interesting to me. I don't know. I love foreign currency. I think it's all really interesting. It actually reminded me of Canada, and that how they have coins up till $5. So, and I think Fuzz said that they used to have $2 coins, or 2 pound coins. Two, I'm sorry, I'm still really tired. 2 pound coins, but sort of like the $2 bill, they're sort of really hard to find and out of commission now. Um, but yeah, that's my stay so far. Um, that is me in the UK so far. So I might do an update later, or I just might do a massive one when I get back. So I'll see you guys later.